What is up, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back to you YouTube heroes, and everybody who's watching. Where today I'm gonna do facts about the Titanic. I just love the Titanic. I just love history facts. And sorry there's so much ruckus in the background. It's because my family is cleaning up from Thanksgiving dinner. Oh, and so basically the Titanic was started to be built in March 31st, 1909. It first set sail in 1912. There was 2,228 people on the Titanic and counting. There was 2,228 people on board of the Titanic, and there was 337 in first class, 285 in second class, 721 in third class, and 885 crew members. And one captain. That's right, guys. And it was setting off to America. I do not know where from, but yeah. And the Titanic movie was not all real. Basically, Jack and Rose were not actually dating, but they were close friends. It was kind of like friends with benefits. So yeah. In 1912, it cost $7.4 million to build, which in now $7.5 million then would now be today $400 million. So yeah, and the Japanese and China built the Titanic. A really rich man is building a second Titanic, and it has already been built, and it's setting sail in 2017. And I wish I could get a ticket, but I can't. You can still view it. You can still, it's like a museum / a ship. And the last Titanic, it went down because of, the Japanese and Chinese did not build it properly. They skipped a couple steps, like the metal from the lower deck where the engineers would work to keep the ship running. It was actually only 4 inches thick of metal to keep the water from bursting in. It was actually supposed to be 12. That's right, 12. And they didn't. They only made it 4. Or I think it was 4 or 5. So otherwise, if they built it 12 inches like they were supposed to, when they hit the iceberg, it wouldn't have necessarily went in. It would have made a indent, a pretty good indent too. And so that would give time for the captain and the crew members to have time to think of a plan or put metal over that indent from the inside to make sure that no water leaks in. And I'm guessing they should have built it correctly. And there was enough life jackets for every last person. More than enough. Again, there was 2,228 people on Titanic. And there was more than 2,228 life jackets on board. And there was not enough lifeboats. That's right. The lifeboats were meant to hold 64, but some of the lifeboats they only filled up to 12 or 24. That's right. They were not filling it to complete capacity, and they let women and children off first. It was not some of the lifeboats did not get off. Some of them went down because the water was getting too close to them. It took the Titanic 6 hours to sink. They didn't automatically, once the ship got hit, they didn't start making people put on their life jackets. They weren't putting people on the lifeboats. They were making everybody calm down. They were contacting help. And once water started to come in the boat and it started to not be leveled out, they started putting people on the lifeboats. And the first lifeboat that went off to safety only had 12 people on it. And people who jumped into the water killed themselves because the water is below 5 degrees, below -5 degrees. It's really cold. You wouldn't even be able to last 20 minutes. If you were lucky, your maximum time to be able to survive in the cold, frigid water would be about 10 to 15 minutes. And if you're really lucky, maybe 20. Once the ship was completely down, the lifeboats got as far away from the ship so the lifeboats wouldn't go down with the ship. Because if you don't know, when a ship sinks, whatever's near the ship, it will go down with. And then once the ship was down, they waited like 5 or 10 minutes, and they went back, and there was a whole bunch of dead bodies in the water. And they blew whistles and shouted at people to see if anybody was still alive from the water. And they did not just leave the bodies there. They did collect the bodies once they were done. I'm gonna voice search this. How many bodies did they pull out from the Titanic after it sank? Let's see, Fox. The Titanic was called the Forgotten Sister after it sank. Let's try this again. How many bodies were pulled from the water when the Titanic sank? Well, there's not much answers, but and I forgot to say that the Titanic was discovered. They found it in the water. They knew about it, but they couldn't find it until 1957, I believe. I don't see a number, but I'm supposed to be at all. Blah 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 blah. one of several hundreds bodies recovered by various. So only one person apparently survived frigid water for staying in there for a couple hours. And staying in there for a couple hours is a lot, but I'm guessing it was Rose actually, because when I watched YouTube and she was on it, and she said that she was in the water, she was on a plank, so maybe that's why. And yeah, so I am obsessed with the Titanic, as you can tell. This is the end of this video, guys. I hope you guys like, share, comment, haven't already, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to comment. And if you comment down, in parentheses, R.I.P. Titanic 1912, I will comment back to you guys, and yeah, I'll see you all later. Peace.